Hey everyone, it's Nirobi. With the Dead by Daylight mobile release being today, there are going to be a lot of new players willing to try this game out. And with my Dead by Daylight and Identity 5 game knowledge mixed with my complete lack of skill to balance everything out, I might as well give some pointers out to my Identity 5 survivors and some new players who just want to try this out. So here are some perks I would aim for if you want a better chance at winning. Yes, Dead by Daylight Mobile, aka Identity 5's parent, except now Dead by Daylight's joined the fray, so I guess a competition? I don't know. Just like the original Dead by Daylight, this game has its own bugs and things that may make the game a bit more interesting. Featuring huge hitboxes, which makes Windows a death sentence 90% of the time, and the blood market for killers being filled with nothing but add-ons for the Trapper. Plus your usual Dead by Daylight bugs, so yeah. It's the literal reincarnation of Dead by Daylight. Maybe they should take notes on the game that took notes from their game. You know what I'm talking about. Dead Before Sunrise, or now known as Dead Before Daylight 2020. Did they just change this? Oh yeah, look at them graphics. Dang, even killers are underpowered here too. Wait, what the fuck? It may not be as polished as other asymmetrical mobile games, but it's still a lot of fun. Although I do miss the ability to share blood points from character to character. For example, if you're in the high ranks and you want to level up another survivor or killer, it's going to be a struggle compared to being able to just stick with your one main and then level up the others with the blood points you acquire. Unless you're a survivor main god, and you don't need no clutch perks. But all jokes and complaints aside, the game is still fun, and even more accessible than its PC counterpart. You know, because it's on your phone. If they keep improving with updates and fix a lot of the bugs, this game can be even better than what they have done so far. Okay, enough time wasted. Here are the best perks that will boost your chances against the killers in Dead by Daylight. Hands down, the best character to start with would have to be Meg. Starting with our first perk of hers, Adrenaline, aka Borrowed Time, but not the one you're thinking of. Adrenaline gives you 1 health state and a speed boost whenever the exit gates become powered. If you're injured or slugged, you can relax knowing that you have another chance to escape. Adrenaline ignores the exhausted state when all gens become powered. If you're hooked when the exit gates are powered, Adrenaline waits until you are unhooked and activates as soon as you hit the ground. Adrenaline also wakes you up if you put to sleep by Freddy, but Freddy's not in mobile yet, so don't worry about it. The only time Adrenaline will fail you is if your team is too unlucky that all the gens weren't finished by the time everyone dies. To help with repairing gens in a hurry and a quick getaway, here's another perk from Meg. Sprint Burst, aka Speedy Gonzalez, aka Sonic, aka any fast meme here. Sprint Burst is the best exhaustion perk in the game, in my opinion. Sprint Burst gives you a Sprint Burst
The cringe
whenever you start to run. This may influence you to save in and walk to generators, but that isn't recommended because you win by working on gens. Do you hear me, rank twin? Sprint Burst can also get you out of jam when being unhooked while the killer approaches. Working on a gen while the killer approaches, 99ing your exhaustion to be extra groovy, and running from gen to gen. What could go wrong? My favorite perk would have to be Spine Chill, aka the perk that spills all the tea. When the killer is facing you and is within 36 meters of you, whether they have a terror radius or not, Spine Chill lights up. Basically saying, "Oi, mate." While Spine Chill is active, your skill check odds increase like the Thieves, while the success zones are reduced by 10%, which basically makes you repair your gen faster. The cat's out of the bag also speeds up your by 6%. Just the ability to know if killers like the Spirit is facing you can help you mind game, give you a heads up to hide from the killer, or let you know if you've been spotted. It works against every killer, including those who can hide their terror radius. So if you don't like surprises and you want a little boost in everything you do, Spine Chill is your friend. It also pairs up with Resilience, but that's for another video. Next up is Unbreakable, aka
Hey, got him.
That's what you think, but I have also come to say the N-word.
when downed, Unbreakable gives you the ability to recover from the dying state. That's it. It can turn the tide if the killer decides to slug everyone to secure a win, but it is useless if the killer doesn't slug you. But I slug to apply pressure, so please don't use it, okay? Borrowed Time, aka Allstate. Are you in good hands? When unhooking a survivor from the killer's terror radius, for 15 seconds, any damage dealt to that survivor deals them the deep wound status effect, which gives them 20 seconds to mend themselves when outside of a chase. If the survivor is attacked while in the deep wound status effect, they go down instantly. Borrowed Time has unlimited uses, so it's never a bad choice to have in your perk slot. However, it can be countered by killers who can hide or fake. Yes, fake their terror radius. It also doesn't work against Freddy's ability, but Freddy isn't in the game, so don't worry about it. These next perks are from licensed survivors, aka survivors from movies or franchises which you have to pay for the game. But they also feature perks from survivors you can earn with in-game currency, like iridescent shards. Another exhaustion perk I'm legally obligated to mention is Dead Eye. While sometimes unreliable, it does have its benefits. For example, no crap, mate, I'm very close to a pallet, but the killer's closer. I wish I could get a small boost of speed that makes me invincible in case the killer swings at me. Great, now I'm at the other side of the pallet. Dead Hard is tricky but awesome when it works. With my luck, I never bring it. But it's still good, I swear. Next up is Decisive Strike, aka Defense Against Tunneling, or
It was all a part of my plan.
after being unhooked, you have 60 seconds of immunity from being hooked again. Unless you miss the skill check. If you get down and picked up while Decisive is active, you receive a skill check, and if you land it, which seems to be hard for most people, you automatically escape from the killer's grasp and stun them for 5 seconds, which basically means the killer revives you instantly and then gets put in timeout before they can chase you. And they nerfed this perk before. There is no cooler fate than chasing a survivor for 54 seconds straight, and then when you finally pick them up just for them to get free again, is why it is the most hated perk, no contest. Decisive combos with many perks, however, it can be countered by the killer simply not picking you up or straight up mooring you, so 9 out of 5 would get again. I wanted to include a healing perk because I know you guys can't help yourselves. So I recommend Inner Strength. When you cleanse a totem, the perk becomes active. While active, if you're in the injured state and you hide in a locker for 8 seconds, you get healed 1 full health state, which is the faster and cooler version of self-care. But if you are unable to cleanse a totem and enter a locker because you're being chased, it can backfire. Our final perk is Deliverance. Deliverance grants you a guaranteed unhook after unhooking a survivor. After unhooking yourself, you receive the broken status for 60 seconds. So yeah, these are the main perks I'd recommend, and here are some perk combinations you can use that somewhat complement each other for multiple scenarios. Balance is key. Helps with the main aspects of the game and getting out. Sprint Burst, Adrenaline or Unbreakable, Spine Chill, and Borrowed Time. Drawback: Adrenaline won't work if teammates are unreliable. Use Sprint Burst wisely. Things can get hairy if you run to the wrong area after being unhooked or discovered. Me, myself, and I. The most selfish perks for the solo queue champs. Spine Chill, Decisive, Unbreakable, Inner Strength, or Deliverance. Drawbacks: say goodbye to Inner Strength if consistently tunneled. Deliverance gets nuked if found first. Risk of wasted perk slots if unlucky. As I've said, there are multiple perk options and combinations you can use, so I won't be able to cover every single perk and every single perk combination in one sitting. But if you want to see more, let me know. These perks will give you a fighting chance, and they are some of the best perks in the game. With all that aside, I hope you enjoyed. This is Nirobi, signing off. Be good people.